Focus on these three things along with having fun, and you will get to a point where you're 25 years old and your 25 to 35 is looking like it's going to be very, very successful. I've just swam 20 lengths in the pool and you're getting a bit of morning gorilla today. I normally film my videos in the evening, but today you're getting my morning energy, so be wary. This could go wild, this could get crazy. 18 to 25 years old, most people do not have a clue what they want to do with their lives yet. And the problem with this is the majority of people will then spend their time from 18 to 25 wasting their time. So what most guys are doing at this age, playing video games, going to parties, moving in with their girlfriends that they're probably not going to end up being with or marrying, gambling, trading stocks, smoking weed, working shitty jobs, and just doing things that don't really matter, wasting time, literally wasting the first 7 years of their setup. So I've put together the 3 highest ROI activities that you can do 18 to 25, even if you don't know what you want to do with your life. 18 to 25, boys, if you use these next 7 years, if you're 18 years old right now, if you use them positively, now I'm not saying you can't go and party, I'm not saying you can't have fun, I'm not saying there won't be holidays in there, girlfriends, life experiences, there will, but let's make it a net positive. Focus on these 3 things along with having fun, and you will get to a point where you're 25 years old and your 25 to 35 is looking like it's going to be very, very successful. It will put you miles ahead of your peers. Let's get into it. Number 1, build your body and your ability to fight. It literally takes 5 hours a week. I've figured this out. It takes 5 hours a week to be in the top 1% of male physiques, of male bodies, male physical prowess. It takes 5 hours a week. Now, the reason for this, you can do 3 full body sessions, an hour long, where you work on building strength, work on building size across the body so you look good. And then you can do 2 martial arts sessions a week. So 2 hours of boxing, 2 hours of MMA, whatever one you choose. I'd either choose boxing, Muay Thai or MMA. I would do 1 hour of that, which is pads, technique, bag work, and the other hour is like some light sparring. So you're actually learning to fight. What you're going to do is just completely give yourself a routine and a schedule to keep your health good and in turn keep your mind right. So when you exercise regularly and you fight regularly, you're able to regulate your emotions, you keep your mind healthy, and you stay in a positive, good mood. You also increase the amount of respect you get from other people, which makes your life easier. You increase your confidence, increase female attention, and increase strength, and increase the ability to fight to protect yourself. If you're totally lost, you don't know what to do, this is 5 hours of your week taken care of. You need to do this every single week. You need to do it from 18 to 25, and then you need to continue to do it for the rest of your life. It is just a given. Be in the top 1% of male physiques. Make your life considerably easier for yourself. If you need a full body program, check out a link in the description of my course. I've got 4 programs. One of them's the full body program I use to gain the majority of my mass. Benefits of training full body 3 times a week. You're training each muscle group 3 times per week, rather than doing a split where you might say do a push-pull legs and you're training each body part twice or maybe even once a week. You're actually managing to train them 3 times a week. So you're getting adequate rest and recovery as well as adequate muscle stimulation, which is leading to 3 times the growth, which allows you to put more muscle, more strength on. Number 2, learn to sell. Life is sales. Learn it quick. No matter what type of personality you are. Oh, Jack, I don't want to learn sales because I'm more of like a computer guy. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You still need to be able to talk and sell yourself. You need to be able to sell your own skills. So you don't have to do sales forever. But I recommend if you're lost right now, you don't know what to do, don't work some shitty job at McDonald's, work in sales, because it's actually going to give you the ability to earn very good money for your age. If you get good at sales, you will never, ever be broke in your life. The reason I got into sales was because I had booked 3 holidays at 18 years old. And there was a thing you could do with the holiday provider. So you could go and book a holiday without having the money, you just pay the deposit. So you might pay for a £500 holiday, you'd pay like £50, and then you've got to pay the rest before the date of the holiday. Now, I'd signed up for like £2,000 worth of holidays with my friends and various different trips because I'd just turned 18. It was the summer of turning 18, so I was fucking excited, wanted to go to all these lads' holidays and have a great time. So I needed to make £2,000 before the summer, and there was like 2 months to make £2,000. And at the time, I was making like £400 a month working at a shop. So I was like, well, this is fucked. I can't do this. So I went online, looked for jobs in the area, that paid £100 to £200 per day, because I knew if I could make £100 to £200 per day, then I could go and pay off these holidays and have a good time over the summer. And it said, sales position, £100 to £200 a day paid cash. And I was like, what? I'm in here. Let's go and do this. So I went along, and it was in Cambridge city centre. They sell these boat tours, these punting tours. And my job was to commission only, walk around with a board and talk to people in the street and get them to go on these tours. And I got 35% of whatever tours I sent out in the day. And we raked it in. I was making £100 to £250 a day. Some days I made £300, and for me it was a lot of money back then. It's one of the best summers I ever had. We had a great time doing that on the boats, and I learned a lot about sales. I learned a lot about talking to people. It increased my confidence at a young age, and it showed me that with sales you could put in way less work and make way more money, and you decided how much you were going to earn. So build your discipline, your resilience, your confidence, learn sales. If you want to start learning sales before going into a job, The Way of the Wolf is a very good book to read, and How to Win Friends and Influence People is pretty much sales as well. If you are going to get a sales job, try and find a high ticket sales job. So that's selling a product that is expensive, something that might be between 5 and 10 grand, or maybe even more. The good thing about this is you'll get paid more commission. So 2 salespeople can do 40 hours of work in a week, get exactly the same amount of sales. One of them might make 2 grand, the other one might make 20 grand. It just depends how big the product is they sell. So sell high ticket, learn sales, change your life. You can use that skill for whatever you want in the future. You don't have to stay in sales forever, but I recommend you learn it quick, and at least you know you'll never be broke. Number 3, invest in a good mentor or surround yourself with high achievers. Do whatever you can to get around high achievers. I cannot stress how important this is. These people will pull you up like you will not believe. When you're in a group of people and you feel like you're the loser, for example, if you feel like you're the worst one, you make the least amount of money, you do the least cool stuff, it forces you to adjust. And the amount of growth you get from being around these people is just exponential. It's just crazy. I've had the experience in my life being around people that are way ahead of me, and you just adapt like crazy. So if you can, invest in a good mentor, somebody who's way ahead of you that can teach you what they've learned. It will just make things so much easier for you. If you can't invest in one, try and work for them for free. Try and find a good company to work for. Maybe there's a guy who's made a lot of money in sales and you want to work for him. You'll effectively be shadowing him. He can be your mentor by working for him. Or maybe you know somebody who's very wealthy and you want to learn how they did it. Get in touch with them. See if there's anything you can do for them so that you can learn from them and maybe have a couple of phone calls with them every month. Now, if you can't do that, if for whatever reason you can't get in touch with a mentor, then you must read. And these are some books. These are some of my absolute favourites. Reading is incredibly important because a man can put an entire life's worth of wisdom into one book, which you can then buy and read for $5 to $10. So the more books you can read, the more generations of wisdom you're getting into your own life. So you can be the equivalent of 1,000 years old because you've read 1,000 years worth of wisdom from books of other great men from around the world. That's how I like to believe it. So a lot of people that meet me, they can't believe I'm 23. They say I look older than 23. I say tough paper round. They say my mind's different. My mind's not like a 23-year-old. And I say, yeah, that's because I've read so much. Because I've been reading books since I was probably 4 or 5 years old. I've loved reading. I have a very creative imagination. So when I read books, I can see what the book says in my head like a movie. I don't know if other people, whether that's common or not, but that's why I love books. The more you read, the smarter you get, the more you learn, and you just grow as a person. So there you go, boys. If you don't know what to do, 18 to 25, there's 3 activities that you will not regret putting time into. They can then be scaled into any different business or avenue you want to go into. But there are 3 great ways to spend your 20s. You can party, you can have fun on the side, but make sure you're keeping up with these 3 and you'll be all right. You'll get there in the end. It's been fun, boys. See you on the next one. Whoppa! 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 I'm going to see Thor number 4 at the cinema now. If any of you have seen it, drop in the description, drop in the comments. Was it good? Let me know. See you later.